Let's start off today's show by talking about the breaking headline, the new Lord of the Rings movie in 2026. Peter Jackson working on new Lord of the Rings films for Warner Bros. Targeting 2026 debut. The company is now in the early stages of script development. Early stages, huh? It would seem like you wouldn't want to announce this until maybe you had a completed first draft? Yeah, this is what's wrong with a little bit of Hollywood these days, is that there's this disconnect of kind of like, if we announce it now, we'll build up hype. How about you get the product that you want formulated first before you say and tell it to the rest of us, right? Like, get the script ready. Peter Jackson returning, but not directing, apparently. From what I understand, it's going to be Andy Serkis directing, which gives me pause, and I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. The first film from New Line Cinema and Warner Bros. Will be called Lord of the Rings: The Hunt for Gollum, with Andy Serkis set to star and direct the feature. Well, he plays Gollum, so of course he would be in it. But Andy Serkis directing the first movie gives me a little bit of hesitation, because he directed the last Venom movie, Let There Be Carnage, and that didn't turn out so well. I had fun with it, I guess, during the theater experience, but I've never thought about ever going back to it. I never thought about, saying, I need to, not even the final fight was all that fantastic. And it kind of sucks, because you got Woody Harrelson there, and it's like, just let Woody Harrelson do his thing, man. And it was kind of like held back. So Andy Serkis has kind of stumbled out of the gate a little bit in terms of his directing. So that's why I say it gives me pause. Now, he knows this material. He knows the Gollum character like the back of his hand, right? So I'd be okay with that. But do we need a prequel? Really? The Lord of the Rings trilogy did such a masterful job of articulating Gollum's story already. It was fun to see him pop up in The Hobbit, but the hunt for Gollum, I guess this would take place between The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Is it necessary, guys? I don't know. Zaslav says that director Peter Jackson and his lifelong writing partners, Fran Walsh and Philippa Bowens, will be involved in every step of the way. Bowens and Walsh will write the screenplay. Okay. The deal covers 2 films. As long as they keep it with 2 films, guys. Don't try to stretch the material into 3 films like you did with The Hobbit. Because even Peter Jackson himself admits doing that was a bit of a mistake. It would have been so much tighter if they did it in 2 films. There's so much about The Hobbit that I like, but it's such a drudging task to get through all of it, because it's padded with a lot of fluff. So let's just take a look at this quote here from Jackson, Bowens, and Walsh. It's an honor and a privilege to travel back to Middle-earth with our good friend and collaborator, Andy Serkis, who has unfinished business with that stinker Gollum. As lifelong fans of Professor Tolkien's vast mythology, we are proud to be working with Mike DeLuca, Pam Apty, and the entire team at Warner Bros. On another epic adventure. So this is splashed all over the trades today, guys. This is the big headline. That's why we're leading off with it. Warner Bros. To release first new Lord of the Rings movie, The Hunt for Gollum, in 2026. Peter Jackson. Yes. So, it was a tragic tale what happened to Gollum, I suppose, maybe. Okay. Guys, I'll tell you this. If you don't know our channel here, we did the full live reactions for the Rings of Power series, and I actually liked it. And I admitted that it was like rough to get out of the gate. Like the first 3 or 4 episodes are really hard to get into. But then once you get into like the bulk of that story, it's fine. It was nice being back in that world. That's what I would say. Byford in the live chat says hi. Yeah, guys, we do this live if you didn't know. So going back to Middle Earth, it'll be nice to get back into that world on a cinematic level too, right? Is Gollum the first place that I would want to go? Not really, but we've got a pedigree here of producers from Peter Jackson and writers, right? So it's going to have a very familiar tone, I would say. Or at least that I would hope. That's what I'm taking away from this. Yeah, slated for 2026. So that means that they would have to probably get into production later this year, guys. But if they're just in the early stages of writing the script, if you don't know Peter Jackson's work ethic, like he does a lot of work, like from day in to day out, but he moves at a snail's pace. I mean, he just takes time to craft his work, which I guess is no problem. But I'm highly doubtful about the 2026 release date. So you heard my concerns about it. You heard what I thought about it. Are you excited for a new Lord of the Rings movie in 2026? All about Gollum. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and we will talk about it. Hey, there are my other social media handles where you can follow me and see some behind-the-scenes stuff on Twitch and Instagram. And extended versions of all those ranked videos that we post on like my favorite movies of April and different months and stuff like that. Hey, we talk about movies here all the time, guys. So if you like it, come join us here in the live chat and talk some upcoming movie news headlines. Okay, so Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes arrives. Let's get ready for my formal review here, because I got a lot to say, and I'm gonna keep it spoiler free. Don't worry. I'm not gonna be one of those people that feels the need to publish a spoiler free and a spoiler discussion.